All right, guys, we had David and Dee on our real estate tour, and they stayed a little longer to wrap up some other business because they are having full plans on moving to South Africa. They've been on their journey for a long time, so they're going to tell you about it. And we want you to listen, so check it out. I don't know. I don't even know where to start. I just know that they are leftovers from the real estate tour.
Did you just say that sounds about right? Yeah.
They should have been gone, but they're still here for some odd reason. I don't know what's happening. What you got, Tasha?
Listen, they're not leftovers. They
Yeah, they are.
They are regular, repeat offenders. So in essence, they are home away from home. Is what I'm going to say. They are. They've made a.
So let's don't say they. Let them introduce themselves. Who are you guys?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm David Ruffin. No. See, some of y'all know what that line is from. But anyways, my first name is David McCloud, and this is my better half.
Dee McCloud.
And we're from Virginia. We live in Virginia right now.
Yeah. So tell them, why y'all come on the tour?
Well,
Now, because keep in mind, there's a lot of people saying, I don't need all that. I just need, they want to dumb it all the way down. And you guys have been here before.
this is our sixth time.
Yeah.
Since December 2022. We came on
Yeah.
the first tour with the Real South Africa in
Yeah.
December 2022. And the reason why we came here this time, because the Real South Africa, Dr. Latasha Blanton and Mark Blanton, they offered a real estate tour. And they would showcase properties in between Pretoria and Johannesburg. And the thing about it, if you're ever thinking about moving into another country, you just can't get up and move. We roll one way in the States, but South Africa rolls different. So in the future, sometime in the future, we do want to make a move over here, and we want to be well informed, because information and knowledge is power, as we used to say back in the day. And when they drop in science, you gotta know what was being said. So they had the tour set up very well. They had immigrations there. They had Better Bond, which is a popular lending institution here. Because as an expat, if you ever think about moving to South Africa, as someone that's not born and raised here, the banks will only finance up to 50% of the loan. So then you have to come up with the other 50%. And then they also had real estate agents or realtors for the different properties. As we looked at properties from that Sunday up until Thursday of that week. So that was, I think that's probably 5 days of looking at properties.
Yeah, 5 days.
5 days. So there's a lot of moving pieces, and if you're ever making that jump, you want to make sure that you're doing it the right way. Because my wife and I have seen it on YouTube where people haven't done it the right way, and we've seen a couple or heard of a couple of horror stories. And you don't want that, because hey, you work hard for your money.
Yeah.
Like Donna Summer said, she worked hard for the money. You work hard for your money, and you don't want your money messing up on you because you didn't get the right information. With the Real South Africa, they're gonna do it the proper way.
So, first of all, let me put a little bit of clarification. As far as the 50%, keep in mind, they don't know you. You don't live here. You don't work here. You don't have a credit profile here. Your credit in the States means absolutely nothing here. And even with all that, they don't even know you, and they're willing to go half the way. So I think that's a good thing. So that's something that you need to really think about when you're looking at moving. And then of course, like David said, hey, a lot of people are finding South Africa, and I guess I got to start admitting it, because I I be doing so many other things. People think all I'm thinking about is what people think that I'm thinking about. Most time I'm like, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm somewhere else doing something else. And with that being said, we don't really think about like the impact of what we're doing or how we're doing it. We just know that when we're having these conversations, like especially on the real estate tour, it wasn't me just standing up front giving everybody information.
Yeah.
It was none of that. It wasn't like, oh, let me tell you. No, I was like, let me introduce y'all guys to the team over at wherever.
Yeah.
And then now I had to organize all of them, and their parent companies together so they can support what we're doing. And then I put them in front of these guys, and I think they're pretty smart. And everybody that comes on the tour now, everybody's pretty intelligent for the most part. So all they need is just to be able to touch the person that says, how am I going to secure that loan, or how am I going to do this, or how am I going to do that? And I'm somewhere else. I'm probably not even in the room. Yeah. So it works. Would you say?
Yeah.
It does.
And one more thing I wanted to add too, like you may not want to move over here, but another thing that I liked about the real estate tour is there's a lot of, you can buy investment properties.
Yeah.
You can buy properties, and I'll allow Mark to explain that process. So you can buy a property and be making money off of that property while you're in the States. We know one couple, they had the money to purchase a home, but the husband, it's three years before he retires. So they bought some investment property at a nice location, and Mark can elaborate more on that. There's money to be made.
Yeah, there's definitely money to be.
Go ahead, Tasha. Tell him, Tasha. Tell him, Tasha.
The couple that you're talking about, their plan essentially is to, rather than buy a home when they're not ready to move, is to get 2 investment properties, which would probably cost them about what one home would cost, and let those properties make money for them, so that they can actually increase their portfolio. So when it's time for them to move over here, they can still make money, and they can still probably buy a house cash.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you losing?
You're not.
I mean, how are you losing? I mean,
Yeah.
but a lot of people came to those decisions, and I think what Mark is going to finish saying is that we put you in position so you can see what all the options are. I'm never going to tell anybody what to do, but I will put you in front of people that will help you make a decision, and that's pretty much what it is we prefer to do. It just makes more sense to show you than sit up here and wag my finger and tell you what to do. I think a lot of the people, including yourselves, once you saw what the possibilities were, then you started thinking, and I know you. Y'all was having side conversations. Y'all was like, okay, so what I heard was, what I think we can probably do is,
Exactly.
Because at one point we were on one side we were thinking about just maybe purchasing a piece of property just to make the money on the side. Then we thought about we could just go on and start making payments on the property for us while we wait and retire from the government or retire from whatever job we have. Then we said, well, why would we do that? So let's just go on and just purchase a house, and so we had these conversations off and on, and we just finally decided to just purchase a house, or the property. And so we came to a conclusion, even though we had heated, not necessarily heated, lukewarm fellowship.
So, are you talking about intense fellowship with love on top?
Exactly. And so we came up with a solution, collaboration, and we just decided to what made sense to the both of us with purchasing a home. So we decided on a couple of things, and I think we're both satisfied with that one choice. And we'll see what happens.
Well, it only takes one decision anyway. So once you've done that one, then you just move on to the next one. So it seems like you guys have made a lot of decisions in the last week or so since you've been here. Like additional week or so.
Yeah.
But it's funny. This is you guys' story. All of you guys are in the same room with the same people. And, so like I had a person from, I guess, watch one of the videos that I made, and they're like, just somebody sent a message to me or called me, or they did something, I don't know. And they were like, well, because, I didn't serve in the military and I didn't spend all that time in the military. We only did 30 years as a United Auto worker, So again, there are all types in that room.
Yes.
And people are coming with different, y'all got the same information, and people are they're having their own little private conversations.
Right.
Coming up with different solutions.
Right.
But without the information, it's just conjecture. You're just talking.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So we haven't purchased yet, but we are leaning towards
in the future.
In the future.
Yeah.
And the future's coming. And the future's coming.
The very near future.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I know it's nearer than you guys want to admit to yourselves, but it's probably quite
Let me switch gears. Let me ask y'all about Pretoria. Because I know you guys that you said you've been here 6 times and mostly in Johannesburg.
Johannesburg, yes.
Okay, so this was Pretoria. I know you told me that you liked Johannesburg better.
Right.
Right? But what did you think about Pretoria, and especially where we stayed,
Yeah.
where we had everybody?
To me, Pretoria, well, number one, that's the capital, so there's a lot of things that's happening there. And I think Pretoria, that's the nucleus of South Africa. It's more, to me, it seems like more business, more corporate feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, whereas Joburg or Johannesburg is more, is the right word, urban?
Yeah.
Urban. But it was nice. I mean, it was nice. We went to that Capital Menlyn Mall.
Mm-hmm.
Menlyn Mall.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, this is just me, and I've been to different malls in the States, but it seems like to me, I could be wrong, the malls over here in South Africa are a lot larger than the average malls in the States. Would that be a fair statement to make?
That's a very fair statement.
I can't remember the last time I went to a mall in the U.S., so I'm going to say yes.
Yeah. I mean, in all the stores that we have in the States, they have that and more. I mean, I got this pullover, what is it? Old school.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that when I got it because I'm not a name. I just wanted. I saw it. It looked nice. And then Dr. Latasha she was like, you got an old school pullover. I was like, wow. I didn't know. I just liked it.
And we got a nice one too. It's a Springboks one. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It is. I've been hesitating. I'm like, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
But eventually I get one. I'm a Springboks fan. But overall, I think the location that we had, y'all gave everybody access to a lot of stuff, and there are gonna be people who want to go all the way out to Menlyn Mall, which wasn't that far.
2 blocks.
Yeah, 2 blocks away, 3 blocks at the most.
Yeah.
And then those that are like, I just want to stay in the hotel because I'm
Yeah.
people had that fear. I don't know why, but they can have it. But eventually they do step out. Now they're across over. They're over at La Parada eating, and then now they're over there at Salsa eating and doing these things. So
They did all of those.
yeah, so I think the hotel would, if you guys come on the next tour that we're going to have, that's where those guys are going to be staying there as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good look.
It is. Can I tell them about all the amenities?
One
Yeah.
second.
Go ahead.
And for me, I like Pretoria. And the reason why I like Pretoria is because I worked in academia for some years. It reminds me of academia. If you go to I want to say UCLA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me, or even not Santa Monica, but San Antonio, or Austin University. It reminds me of those cities, where it has universities.
There's lots of schools right there.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's what
Yeah.
it reminds me
Lots
of.
of
And so if you're used to that kind of environment, I think they'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
So that's what it reminds me of.
No,
So
I
I
like
think
that.
you'll enjoy it if you like that type
Yeah.
of vibe.
One of the things I want to say to our brothers and sisters in the States is they call them real estate estates, right? They don't say subdivisions, they say estates out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So estates means subdivisions. We went to one of the subdivisions. I'll just say that for estates. We went to. It's called Midstream, and the homes out there were beautiful. The homes that we saw have pools. Most of the homes have pools in them. They have big balconies, open layout, and the homes were maybe $300,000, $400,000, and those homes easily could be what, $1-2 million in the States.
In the States. So it depends on where you are, but yeah, I know Northern Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we're not even going to talk about LA or New York or big cities, but this estate had medical clinic on it. It has a K through 12 school on it. It has a car wash, gas station, shopping centers. The hospital is going to be built, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have all this. It has security all over. So if you have a nice home, 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, or 3 bedrooms, and the same amount of bathrooms, and you have what we call a loft upstairs, but they call it the pajama lounge.
Yeah, pajama lounge.
Pajama lounge. All of that for only $300,000, $400,000. Some were $500,000. So let me just put it in perspective. You live in LA, because I lived in LA for 14 years. If you have a home, you have equity in your home. Your home, we left LA in 2014. So back then, a decent home in around Torrance, we're not gonna talk about Inglewood, but Torrance, and nothing against Inglewood, because
He's talking bad about Inglewood.
I'm not talking about Inglewood. I don't care if they say the Inglewood up to no good. Hey, I used to hang out in Inglewood.
Y'all get 'em.
So if Roscoe's Chicken. But anyways, this is say Torrance, and we left in 2014. A mediocre or kind of decent home was like $700,000. You got $700,000, you had something. But if you talk about moving to what's that area where the homes were $1 million? That was next to
Ladera?
no, not Ladera. I'm talking about close to San Pedro, the Fort McArthur. The rich area. Anyways, the homes were like 1.2 million, 2 million up. Those homes cannot even hold a candlestick to what we saw last week and the week before last on the Real South Africa tour. I'm talking about you're only paying $500,000 or $400,000 or $300,000 with all those amenities and security 24/7.
Rolling Hills.
And you can't even you can't even compare it to that. So that I'm just saying that to put it in perspective. Other properties had golf estates on it, golf 18 par golf holes, clubhouses.
Yeah.
So when they have the next, I say that to say this, and I took a little bit longer than I should have. When they have the next real estate tour, if you're thinking about buying property, investing in property, or relocating over here, you got to come out.
Yeah.
You will be blown away, and that's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
Yeah. And even if you want to rent, because in those same locations you can rent. And I'm sure you guys realize it, because this is the first time y'all got to go on a real estate tour with us, that gaining access to, first of all, those people that y'all had a chance to talk to, and then, gaining access to these properties, and then, these estates, first of all, and then people allowing us to come to their house and have 30-something people walk around inside their house. That's a big ask. It really is, but we tend to make it happen.
No, we definitely
We just tend to make it happen. And then because I'll just tell you exactly how it generally works. So like, we put Pretoria on for the first time. So the Pretoria real estate group, basically, when people come, they want to know what do they want to buy, what they want to see, what's the price point. They don't want to spend a whole bunch of time seeing various houses. If you tell them what they want, they will source it. And that's basically what they're going to do. They're going to take you there, and then that's pretty much it. They're not going to spend a lot of time. But if you notice, our people, like even when we did the day in Pretoria, where y'all went to, where y'all saw the residencies, we were that day we was all over the city. Remember we were going around robbing?
Yeah.
They had agents there at every location ready to receive you guys.
Sure
And that took a little bit of effort to get that to happen. So to be able to, how can I say it, get off a plane because you want to come to South Africa, you might have went on Property 24 and saw something. You just don't get carte blanche access. It just doesn't happen. And then that's what we find that a lot of people get upset because they like, oh, I came here and they wouldn't allow me in.
You saw how much trouble it is. Well, I won't call it trouble, but you see what it takes to get inside secure estates.
Yes.
And I think one of the things that I want to mention about the secure estates is that people are like, are all the walls this high? Do you have to live in a secure estate? Does it mean it's crime everywhere? No, these people, if you could live in a secure state where you are right now, you would choose to be someplace where you have access to security.
I know I would in a heartbeat.
You would choose that.
Yes.
But now all of a sudden you see these people over here in South Africa doing it, and now it must be crime. No, they want to live in a secure estate with amenities. It comes behind the wall. It comes with biometrics. It comes with you can't rock up at nobody's house.
Anytime.
Can't come up like bro man, fifth floor.
You can't rock up at nobody's house. Right. And I think, that's one of the things that people can sometimes take for granted. That you can run to your neighbor's house and knock on the door. You're not. But here, you can't just stop by somebody's house unless you live in the estate.
Exactly.
And they can't even call you when they get to the gate. But where we live, if you don't get permission before you show up, they're not calling you from that gate. That's right. They're gonna be like, you need to whoever you're trying to go see, you need to contact them right now and get permission to enter this estate. People are like, oh my God, that's so painful. But we've had people get access to the estate and show up at our house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't get access through us, but once they got in the estate,
they
ran up
wandered
and
around.
And
because one day, and I say it, I'm on a game drive most of the time. I don't know why I'm even sitting here. For real, I like going to game drive. I like being out in the bush. This is what I like.
Right.
I didn't always like this, but then when I started spending more time and started understanding, oh, this is what this is.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just
looking at animals.
No,
like,
no,
you know,
not even
yeah,
close.
yeah.
It's a true vibe.
Whoa.
I'm out there and I get a phone call. We bounce up and
Bouncing up
down,
and down.
you know, getting an African massage. That's what they call
That's
it.
what they
Get an African massage. And my phone rang, and it's the guy across the street. You know, I know him.
Yeah.
You know, Lavuyu, and Lavuyu, and he called me and said, "Hey man, there's this guy at your house, and he says he knows you and this, that, and that." He said, "Well, I'm gonna go chat with him, right, to see what's going on." And then he was like, he was some American who was like wanting to speak to me, so he put him on the phone.
Yeah.
And I'm way up in North. We're in the Northwest.
No, we were in proper Kruger.
Were we? We were something. I don't know
Oh,
where
wow.
we were.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, I'm like, what's happening?"
Yeah.
You know. But at the end of the day, guys, you know, for what they have been able to achieve, they've done it the right way, and they don't realize that other things are going to open up for them as they continue to, you know, on their journey. And so when I talk to people, when I finally do talk to people, I just tell them, I say, it's a journey, guys. There's no, you know, hey, let me get this number, let me get this like this, let me get this so I can go do it myself. Because 10 times out of 10, they're not the people that you want to talk to are not going to talk to you.
Right.
Because you're not a serious individual as far as they're concerned, and they are proper people.
Right.
And they don't just, you know, like for example, I think we had a person who got upset because they couldn't get into the car with the agent. Well, you normally you have your own vehicle. The agent has their vehicle, and you follow them to the, you know. Then we've had people who come and they like, "Oh, the agent was mean. They didn't let me get in the car. They didn't." I said, "This ain't the States. this is just not the States." So there's these little things that happen along the way. But at the end of the day, there is a process of how things are supposed to work and whatnot. And so, I mean, even this tour here, you guys came a little bit closer to you on your journey than you were before you landed.
Definitely.
yes.
The information that we were exposed to and everything, you gotta do it the right way. You gotta do it the right way.
Because
I
I
know-
want to go back and retract and redo stuff. I don't have time for that.
But how do you feel overall, like, since you've been, you know, coming this long? Because, I mean, now you've been coming for 4 years.
Yeah. We've been driving. This is last year when we came in October. We were driving, and we're driving this time. And I know a lot about that. For Americans, you know, that might be an intimidating thing because you're driving on the opposite side of the road, and the steering wheel is on the opposite side.
Opposite side.
And then for me, like, you know, even this time when we first got here, you know, when I was making that left turn, my wife would be like, "Stay in your lane, stay in your lane."
There you go.
Because, you know, a couple of times I veered over and I heard her, but, you know, we still here, you know, by the grace of God. We're still here, but, you know, if you're thinking about coming, come, you know. You only live once. And even if you just want to visit to see what it's all about, you may not. I mean, the Real South Africa, they have trip packages for 6, 10, and 13 days.
Tell you that's where it's at.
Yeah, that's how we came the first time. We came over here for 13 days, and we loved it. We loved it. My wife, when we got ready to leave, go back to OR Tambo Airport, fly back to the States, she cried on the way to the airport.
Did you?
She literally cried. She didn't want to go home.
Yeah.
So
you know, don't feel bad. There's a lot of them that do it.
I know I cried my first time.
I'm getting ready to know.
Look, he said grown men.
No, I've done it. This was back in 2010, but I couldn't believe I was leaving. I'm like, all this don't happen to me so fast, and then this whole African experience was just like boom, put on me. And I'm the same guy I don't flew into every pretty much major country on the planet.
Yeah.
And I fly in and I leave. I don't think much of it. I'm going back home, you know, whatever. Yeah. And I probably got to go to work the next day when I get back. No problem. But when I left here, it was painful. It was painful. Yeah. And I sat back there in the back of the plane because we had we use military planes to fly this for the Secret Service.
Right.
And everybody's up front, and I have a seat up front because I'm part of the deal. But I stayed back there a little longer.
That's right. Hey, you're like, oh,
I said, this don't make no sense.
Yeah, it does something to you. You know, I just want to say this too to people watching. You know, before we ever came over, we heard stories from celebrities and even people that weren't celebrities that when they come over here and, you know, the experience. And I'll just say this, and I said this on our first video. The first night we came over here through the Real South Africa, I think they interviewed us the first night or the second night. Can't remember. But before they even came, my wife and I were sitting downstairs at the hotel eating. And I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me. I said, "You feel that?" She said, "Yeah, I feel it." It was just such a feeling of peace. I can't even really understand it, but if you come over here, you'll be like, David said it, and now I know what he's talking about. You just need to come. I mean, it was like. Go ahead. I'll let you explain.
Calmness.
Yeah.
Except for that noise.
Yeah.
Calmness. It was like, I mean, you just felt just some peace.
Felt like we were at home, and this was our first time being here.
You know, it's funny. People ask me that question when I'm having conversations with them on the phone. They're like, "You always say it feels like fill in the blank. Feels like home. Feels like peace." And I say to them, those are the only words I have. My vocabulary is limited in being able to actually express what I feel or what I felt, because I use words like it's like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. I felt light.
Yes.
You know, like all those. But those are the only words I have. But I really don't have the vocabulary to express how I actually feel. And the exact opposite is when I do have to go back. Oh, I haven't been back in 3 years, but when I've had to go back, the word I know for sure that expresses how I feel, just knowing I have to go, is angst.
It's definitely anxiety for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, it's angst, and it's like, and because it's heavier than anxiety. It's way heavier.
Yeah,
than
well,
anxiety.
at least I said at least.
Yeah, you can have anxiety. I have.
No, it's at least anxiety. Because matter of fact, when the last time we went back in 3 years ago, whatever year it was, I blanked it out. We actually, no, for real, we literally stayed in. That was
Fredericksburg.
We stayed in Fredericksburg at what's that, Central Park.
Central Park.
Yeah,
And they got these real brand new apartments that you can. So we leased an apartment.
Oh,
we just stayed there, and she'll tell you, we went and did what we needed to do. But when we done, I went right back to that apartment, and I was like, I'm not going to get involved in nothing because I don't need anything to stop me from leaving when it's time to leave.
Things every day.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
We went to Chick-fil-A and spent $30 on sausage biscuits and chicken biscuits because
I know
how are you
exactly where y'all
spending
went.
$30 on breakfast?
Yeah.
How are you spending $30 on breakfast, right? And then we would come back, park the car, and then walk to Wegmans across the street.
Yeah, because I didn't want no
grab
problem.
some food from there, like ready-made sushi, and walk back. And that was our two things for the day. That was it. But we spent like $100 a day just eating.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Just eating. I was like, how do people afford to feed themselves here? Because Chick-fil-a, it was $30 for breakfast.
Yeah.
It's more than $30 for breakfast.
Oh yeah. Well,
And I'm glad you said that because when you come over, you're going to be blown away by how cheap it is to go to a very upscale restaurant with good food that doesn't have all these chemicals in it. That's not processed. You'll be able to eat it, and then you'll feel you'll feel good after you get finished eating it. And then when you get the bill, like if the four of us, I think the first time we got here, the four of us went out and we all ate good. And that bill was, and it was a nice restaurant. That bill was probably only $120 in US dollars, if I can remember that. Good food.
I'm talking about 2 drinks apiece and
we was
desserts,
drinking.
and I'm gonna drink my drinks.
You know we're gonna get a dessert. So
Yeah. So I mean that's the way it is over here. It's your money goes a lot farther. What's the rand now? Like 16, 17?
Yeah, 16. Yeah.
16
But
rand to a dollar.
you know what's funny? Because just like on the real estate tour, everybody came in, and I told everybody day one, I said, listen, I know you're going to want to eat all the food because it's going to taste so damn good, and you're going to want to eat all the food, but please don't eat all the food. And so you guys don't realize that we get a lot of people, hey Mark, or hey Tasha, hey, like just as they're walking by. Man, I ate too much last night. Oh my God, it was amazing.
And they did that.
Yeah, everybody talks to us on the fly.
And here's why they eat too much. Because
But I told
because once you eat one meal, you're full. You're satiated. You don't you don't feel heavy.
Yeah.
Right.
So what do? You're like, I'm gonna eat a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Then they eat to the point where they're almost like, I should have had 4 full meals today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the one where you're sitting there, you're eating your food, and you see the other food comes out.
Yeah. And you're like,
and the presentation is insane.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do that.
It is.
Yes, and you get it back to go.
ain't nothing wrong with a takeaway.
So when y'all see those videos of the Blands eating, that's not AI. That's the real deal. The food tastes as good as it looks. So come on over here and you'll see and taste for yourself.
What he's sneakily trying to say is we eat over here.
Yes, we do. takeaway piece of cake every evening.
I mean, come on now.
Every evening.
And the cake.
Oh shoot!
Come
Every
on now.
evening.
You know the cakes are good.
Let me
Oh
tell you
my
something about the
gosh.
cake. We got some cake at the hotel one night. I got some cake for her. That cake was so good, she started calling me Ike.
You know you're wrong for that one. I
I'm just
totally
joking, but
agree.
the cake was good. That's
It
that's
was
the point
very
that I'm trying to make.
Yeah. But go ahead, Tasha.
No, that's one of the things that, you know, we've been trying to cut back on our sweets, but we, and I say we because if there's a good sweet to be had, I'm gonna be like, David would like this. He got.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
took
yeah.
him to there's this cute little place in Hazelwood. There's one in Rosebank called the Pantry.
Oh, yeah, that's out
You
of
never even
control.
told me how
Yes.
the lemon tart was.
I told you it was good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
okay,
good.
okay.
You'll like it.
Yeah, the pantry's
Okay.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. It,
It was so cute, right?
Yes, it
it's
was.
so
It's a little bit
It's
better
so
than a
trendy.
Wawa. Let's just say that.
Oh.
Oh, it is. It
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and I found the Reese's peanut butter cup
yeah.
there.
Oh,
American.
Everything's there.
yeah.
Yeah.
They got a lot of stuff
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
a lot of good stuff there.
So let me ask you this. So now y'all was on the tour because some people be like, well, I don't know these people. Right? And
Mhm.
so we got y'all guys in the room. Y'all might not realize, but y'all wasn't really talking to everybody. Wasn't really kind of conversing. Everybody
Right.
had their person with them, and they were talking. And then we did the reception. You know, and I think the reception we like to do that because once was it?
Yeah, the mixer. You guys did that the second. Was it the first night or the
The,
second night?
The second
second night.
Second night.
Yeah, after the conference.
Yeah,
Tagging along with what Mark just said, there's about what 30 people.
yeah.
30 people. So, of course, when you step into the room, you don't really know anyone at the when you get being briefed by the different entities that make up the real estate tour. But third night in, everybody was just second night in, everybody was chilling. It's like we formed relationships with people that we didn't know, and taking group pictures and just we met new friends. And I mean that's what's going to happen when you come on a real estate tour. You guys are doing one in November, right?
In
Same
October,
October.
yeah.
Yeah, same one. Same
Lifelong
one.
friends.
Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, it was good. It was good.
You guys were doing the most. I saw little things in the chat. We meeting downstairs. We going to the casino. Who coming to the casino?
A lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of people, different
Yeah.
people went to the
We did a
casino,
group
different
picture
people went to
downstairs
malls,
together.
Yeah.
and different things.
Lots of shopping.
Mhm.
I
Shopping.
think
And
it was
it's so
nice.
funny because we could, I mean, I'm just full disclosure, I mean, we can make it cheap,
Yeah.
i.e. that we can just basically charge the same price and just don't
Give you
do
less
Mhm.
stuff.
a
Yeah.
reception. But I'm like, no, exactly. I'm like, no. And we was on the rooftop.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that was nice.
We had the best views. We
Tell
had
me about the food that night.
Let me tell you something.
Look at her face.
now,
Let me tell you
I could
something.
have just gave you finger food, but I was like, no, that's not how we rock over here. But these Americans coming in, go for it.
I never had a fish taco like that in my life.
Tell me it was so good.
Oh my
It was good. I mean, the appetizers that were coming around and the service just coming back and forth.
Mhm.
think I
You know,
had about
because
6
sometimes you might be
Sound like
greedy like
Savannah.
me. You were like Mark gonna eat the last one. But if it got down to the last one, then the service coming with another plate. So it was like enough food for everybody. It was like, I'm telling you, it was good. It was good.
It was delicious,
Yeah.
yes. And I don't even eat a lot, but I had a lot of those fish tacos. I think I had about 6
Do
maybe.
you?
didn't have
but
six,
if you
but you
ate
had
that
a
many
lot.
fish tacos, then you didn't eat any ribs
Oh,
or
I-
chicken.
Yeah, I did.
What was that?
I had
Something,
about
something was there
3 or
too.
4 of those.
We had
Oh.
ribs, chicken.
Yeah.
The beef ribs.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Beef
ribs.
ribs.
I never
My
had-
God.
I
Yeah.
never had beef ribs like that.
Aren't they
Never.
good?
Oh,
Never
my
had
God.
Off the
ribs like that.
bone.
Mm-hmm.
Off the
I've never
bone.
seen them that small.
It's a good,
And they were-
a
and they had-
a good cow. A good cow did that.
Yeah.
It was a good cow.
That was a good cow, yeah.
Yeah. But Tasha picked that meal. I mean,
I
picked
did.
that.
Wow.
I picked the menu.
Yeah, pick the menu.
And
Tasha.
I
good
picked
menu.
the menu. And I chose beef ribs because everybody eats pork.
Yeah, I don't. So that was good.
So
Yeah.
I chose beef ribs because I think more people don't eat pork than beef. So
Exactly.
so I chose beef ribs, and it was so funny because people were leaving. So all those ribs just sat there.
What?
They did.
Well, actually, we took some back to the room. I think I ate some for like 2
We ate
days.
some for like 2 days, but
Yeah.
for the most part, we still
Wow.
had enough left
Mhm.
over.
Yeah.
And I meant to bring you some cake. 'Cause I had a red velvet cake that I had made.
She forgot about
I
the
did
red
forget.
velvet cake.
I would say you made it. You know I ain't made no cake.
But anyway,
All these good cake makers around
let me
here
get
ain't
back to
making
the
no
to, to the people.
I'm sorry, the people.
Let me get back to the people. The
Okay.
people,
We
the
was
people
talking
were
about food.
stellar.
Sorry about
I think
that.
this was a really good group.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
the food was
Yeah,
amazing.
I don't want to say the other groups were bad at all because I'm not going to say that. But these, I think, because I don't know. It was just I don't know. Everybody just clicked.
Yeah, we did.
It was amazing. I was like, so we sit back and we just kind of like look.
Yeah.
No, we could just see,
No, but
what's
everybody
happening.
was like vibing and getting
Sure was.
along, and
Yeah.
there was
Yeah.
like so much like-mindedness in the
Yeah.
room. It's
Yeah.
so good to see that.
Yeah.
A lot of people were on the same trajectory. They
Yeah.
had similar backgrounds. They knew where they were going. It was nice.
Yeah, and what I like about it, like Natasha said, everybody, you didn't have any hateration going on. You know,
I didn't
people,
feel none of that.
everybody
Yeah.
is here with purpose. We came on purpose with purpose in mind, and everybody has their different way or their timeline, but we're all trying to get to the same finish line and
Yes.
supporting one another and cheering some other people on. Because there's some people I know of within our group chat. There's like several couples. One bought a property, one bought a home in midstream, that estate that I was telling you guys about. Another one bought 2 properties, and then it may be some other people. So some people, before they even left, they bought properties, and in the chat, we're all cheering them on, like, oh wow, congratulations.
Yeah.
None of this like, why they get theirs before we got ours? And we still trying to work on ours. None of that. That's what I love.
Yeah.
And then the 98-year-old,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
new friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was special.
He was so
Yeah.
He was so
adorable.
special. He was super special.
Yes.
When I realized he was 98, I was like,
Let me tell you when this
got
girl
to be
found out when
kidding
she
me.
was 90, he was 98. We were getting ready to go into one of the estates to check on some of the people, and somehow I don't know why, but she ended up pulling, because we have everybody's information. I don't know if you know. If you come out to tour, we're gonna have your information.
Yeah.
So she pulls it up because we need to do stuff. We need
And I'm doing
information.
math.
So she's like, he was born in 1927.
1927.
She said 1927. Wait a minute.
I was like, hold up.
So he'll be 99.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, you let him tell it. I'm gonna be 100. I said, you might as well go in there. I'm gonna go ahead and let you have
You
that.
can claim it.
Yeah, you got
You
it.
can claim it. I'm not gonna take that.
Yeah, but it was crazy. So it was, like I said, our real estate tours do very well, bringing people together. And believe it or not, like the WhatsApp group that y'all guys were in, there's like 5 other,
There's
6
5
other
other
WhatsApp groups
that
that
are
are
still
still
open,
open,
and people
Mm.
still
and they're
chat.
still talking.
Oh my
That's
God.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And so we got a
That's
guy,
awesome.
we got a guy from the 2023 tour sent me a message. Hey, now keep in mind, you guys are trying to start now with your visa situation, right?
Right.
Well, because he came on the tour, he know he can reach out to us. So now he's going to be starting his stuff. He
Good.
came on a tour 3 years ago.
Good.
So we got people from the first tour
That just bought a house.
that just bought a house
Awesome.
in Blue
Awesome.
in
Valley.
Blue Valley. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a
Awesome.
lot of that happening.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that happening. So everybody don't have to be on like, I got to do it now.
No.
Not
Yeah.
at
So
all.
what you want to do, you want to hedge your bet. The best way to hedge your bet is to use the time that you got in front of you that's free to start doing your journey. Start your journey. Start your journey. Like the gentleman who just bought a house, who came on the first real estate tour. He came. We helped him with his visa, got everything squared away. He came through. Then he rented a place
Rented a place.
for an extended period of time in Santa until he got his feet up under him.
Yeah.
And then he just decided,
I'm ready to buy a house.
I'm ready to buy a house.
Wow.
But guess what? He had a team that we gave him 4 years ago. He just used that same team, and all he had to do was say, I came with the rest of Africa, and they're like, oh, okay, what can we do?
Wow.
Okay, that's what needs to happen, because that's what I expect, and they know it. They better do right by our people, because nobody's looking out for us. Because you got to keep in mind, and I probably shouldn't say this, but the Americans that come here in numbers, we are that small.
That's true.
But it's too small for them to change anything. Everything is geared towards the Europeans and the Asians that come here, But again, I can't complain, because those Asians and those Europeans put in those years and years and years and years of coming here. So people are used to them coming here, and they're used to making sure their needs are met in regards to whatever they're trying to do.
Right.
We just showing up yesterday, and we think we should go to the front of the line.
Yeah.
And I think we should. So when I'm here and I'm operating and we're doing what we got to do, I make sure that the people that I bring on board, if I got somebody who I feel is not going to serve our best interest, for example, some I'm just using real estate, but it could be something on our private tours. If I feel this person's not going to act right, i.e., hey, the price is I'm making a number, 7 million rand, and then they see you coming in with your
American dollars.
and beautiful accent, and then they say, hey, hey, let's make it 7.5
Hmm.
on the sly.
Mhm.
You wouldn't know. You don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't know. My point is, I make sure if I feel that's going to happen, I make sure that those people are nowhere near you guys.
Appreciate
And
that.
that's why when you go in, everything always just seems to feel above board because I've vetted these people. And when I put out, we're doing a real estate tour, my email, wherever my phone is, it's over there. It blows up. Everybody want to engage y'all, and I'm like, I don't know who you are. I know. The people that I talk to are people that I was talking to for years.
Right.
I know their families. I know this. It's all good.
It's all together.
It's all good.
Together.
Thank you.
So that's what you ultimately are buying into, and they're going to look out for you guys now and in the future. That's just the way it goes.
Awesome.
Yep.
But
So.
but to add to that, they
Are you adding?
trust. Yes, I'm adding.
Holy
They
crap.
so it
I
works.
said it all.
It works twofold. They work hard to gain our trust,
Oh
right?
yeah, you got to do some
We work
things.
hard to gain your trust.
Right.
I need everybody to be on the same page because I'm not going to mess up this relationship, nor am I going to mess up this one. So I need everybody to be on the same page because I've spent too much time building those relationships,
Exactly.
building that
Yeah.
trust. So they know that if I've got your trust, that they need to make sure they keep mine by doing right by you.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of how everybody works, and it's been working. And people, if they say that they're with us, that they've come through us,
Yeah, they're gonna. If you say it, they're gonna call us. They always
Yeah.
send a text, or
Yeah.
they'll send a message.
yeah.
Hey, do
this
you know
person-
so and so, so and so?
They always
Yeah,
verify.
yeah.
Better.
That-
They
that's
always
good.
verify.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, even down to people that have tried to use our names to get hotel rooms, they'll be like,
Oh.
oh. They'll be like, hey, is this person with you? Is this person with you? Or try to get restaurants, get meals at restaurants. Is this person with you? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Wow.
they call us, so they know. Because I
Yeah.
have a real relationship with these people.
Yeah.
So no, yeah. It's all good. I love it.
Yeah.
I love
I can't
it.
Yeah.
even.
I love the
I
trust.
can imagine one person, but
Yeah.
I love the trust.
Yeah, but again, and then from my perspective, I don't deal with like Brendan over at Brenda.
Better bond?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that did
No,
it.
capital.
That did the capital thing. That was
Capital.
doing that right.
Mhm.
She wasn't even supposed to be there. They had her doing something else, and I said no. Brenda is tight. She knows what she's doing. And then I just 2, 3, or 4 levels above, and then it comes down, and Brenda was standing there, and
Yeah.
She sure was.
and she sold some properties to some
Yep.
people and took care of them.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. It has to be the way that it needs to be. And I'm not bragging. It sounds like it, but I'm here every day.
Mhm.
I'll be here tomorrow and every other day after this, making sure that when our people come through the gate, all y'all guys are wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, and y'all like, man, okay, what can I do? What can I do?
Yeah.
And I spend half the morning trying to debunk. I know you heard. Y'all.
yeah, good.
In the morning, I'll be like,
Mm.
I know y'all heard this. I know y'all heard that.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I know what I heard. And then somebody got the nerve to ask me after I finished saying it. Hey, Mark, I got a question. Well, I heard.
I did. I remember that. I remember that. I was like, did you just say
Yeah, I heard that more in the beginning.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
funny.
I mean, I wasn't mad. It was just funny. I was like, I know they just said this. I'm going to bring in the people that you're going to talk to. But it's good times. But I think, lastly, and I'm going to start saying it more, that we had a gentleman that came in that was, we got a group here now where they're like 10,
Just 10 of them.
and we flew them Cape Town.
Johannesburg, Cape Town, now they're in Zimbabwe.
They're in Zimbabwe.
Awesome.
Man, I got teams everywhere
Whoa.
handling things. So, like for example, the Zimbabwe situation. I don't just say, "Oh, we can just do Zimbabwe," and then just haphazardly.
Yeah.
We jump on planes.
Yeah.
We go there.
Check it out.
And we check everything out.
Even
And if it's what it needs to be, I will be like, okay, this is what it's going to be. Now there's some established stuff there, but when you go there, it's not what it needs to be.
Yeah.
It's just not. So that's kind of how we operate. And then we got people who feel the same way we feel about our travelers, and so they make sure that they're good. But we have people all the time. But we had this the gentleman that came here. He was 81.
Wow.
Just before y'all guys showed up.
just a couple days before.
Yeah, just a
Oh,
couple
okay.
days. Yeah, so it was just before they showed up.
Okay, sorry, I was being too
right.
technical.
Yeah, it's too technical. But anyway, he came, and he only came for 6 days. His family sent him forward. He came, And he had an amazing tour and,
Wow.
and whatnot. And what I always keep thinking about, and I don't know why, because maybe it's just where I am, but like, we're still old. We're not there yet.
Right.
But
right.
you've seen some people that was on the tour that was in their 70s
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot, still vibrant, still doing their thing. But I always think about these older gentlemen who put in,
Right.
for us during the civil rights movement and all this good stuff.
Right.
And nobody's looking out for them. All these retired people that's in the States and coming here, even the tour, that's going to do a lot for you. But
Sure.
but if they happen to move here,
Yeah.
I mean, their places are very inexpensive that they can get involved in. Like we went over to Stain City and that whole
Retirement
gym,
village.
the whole
yes,
retirement
yes,
center.
yes.
That-
We ain't old enough.
yeah, but
I
we,
know.
we're not old enough. You got to be 60.
Right.
But that right there
Not
is
there yet.
incredible. That's incredible.
It is.
It was nice,
Incredible
right?
for the
It was
price
very
point.
Yeah, it was nice. And then you could have someone come to your house. I mean, it'd be a fee, but you can have someone come to your house and look after you too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Have their own cafeteria, their own gym.
Yeah. Own pools, own saunas, own.
If you're under 60, you can't come in there.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
out of here, little 59-year-old.
Yeah.
And they deserve their own too.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they put the work in. So
Yeah,
when you think
yeah.
about somebody 81, and he could easily come over there, live his best life in an environment like Stain City.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Come on now.
So these things are happening. So I'm gonna leave it there.
Excellent.
But guys, just look at South Africa seriously and whatnot. But then when you start looking at it seriously, it starts at, I mean, regardless of what you want to mull over, it always starts with a visit.
Yes.
Once you visit,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden you at the airport crying.
Yeah, yeah. Just like somebody I know.
Look,
Kicking and screaming.
we gonna
You're like they do on Friday.
Is there anything y'all want to add before we shut it down?
A lot has been said, but I really want to emphasize this because we've had people in the States ask us about South Africa. And, a lot of times people seem to be serious, but they're not. And, you can spend your money any way you want. It's your money, right? You work for
Sure.
it. But don't always believe what I heard and I said, and Mark talked about that, because you can go on the internet and see a lot of different things. And then you'll have people talking about this country that have never even been there, trying to talk you out of your blessing. If it's in your heart to come and visit, and you want to take a 6, 10, 13-day trip, come over. See it for yourself. Seeing is believing. That's all I'm going to say. Don't let no one talk you out of it. And don't be scared, because here's the deal. There's good and bad everywhere. You could be sitting up in your living room just getting off your shift from work, and that might be your last program on TV you watch, and I don't have to go into details. So there's good and bad everywhere. Don't let fear and anxiety and a false narrative stop you from enjoying life.
After that. All right, guys. I will chat with you later, and then have a good day. We'll see you in sunny South Africa.
As a South African, I can't help but imagine how pissed off the American slaves must have been, stuck in America with those savages, and how desperately they held on to the memory of Africa. Black Americans today are children of really, really strong ancestors for staying strong for so long, their entire DNA hopeful to one day get back home. Now here are those children generations later. The DNA of your ancestors must be vibrating with joy. In African culture, there's a heavy respect for ancestors. The understanding is that they are always with you and you should acknowledge them. Not worship, acknowledge. They are literally in your blood, your DNA, so everything they were still rides with you. So shout-outs to those stolen from home long ago. Salute to them for pushing through literal hell and still passing down the kindness, strength, intelligence, resilience, dancing, singing, braiding and cooking to the Black Americans of today. My heart often cries for them, and anger builds for those European animals that did all that. But the sweet revenge is us reconnecting and building back to our former glory. The slaves they took were not homeless idiots. They took seamstresses, carpenters, mathematicians, teachers, poets, and spiritual leaders from civilized tribes and clans. Don't let them tell you your ancestors were just slaves. It's a lie to make you think you came from nothing. Home, a tale of discovery with the real South Africa. For years, Marcus and Nia had talked about the trip. It wasn't just a vacation, it was a pilgrimage. They wanted to see the motherland, to feel the rhythm of the drums, and to stand on the soil of their ancestors. But every time they sat down to plan their first trip to South Africa, the logistics felt overwhelming. Safety concerns, transport logistics, and the fear of getting a tourist trap experience paralyzed them. They didn't want a generic bus tour. They wanted authenticity. They wanted luxury. They wanted to feel safe. That's when Nia found the real South Africa Travel and Tourism, The Decision. It says here they specialize in luxury packages and handle everything from the moment you land. Real people, real experiences, boots on the ground. Marcus was skeptical, but one consultation call changed everything. The team at the Real South Africa didn't just sell them a package. They listened to their anxieties and promised a seamless experience. They booked the signature luxury tour, The Arrival. Touching down at OR Tambo International Airport in Johannesburg, the fatigue of the long flight vanished the moment they cleared customs. The professional airport representative from the media pool holding the welcome sign, with Marcus and Nia approaching with their luggage. The lighting is bright and welcoming, with the Welcome Home branding clearly visible. There, holding a sign with their names, was a representative from the Real South Africa. Professional, warm, and welcoming. "Welcome home," he said, taking their bags. Montage of the sleek SUV transfer and arrival at a 5-star hotel in Sandton. The lighting emphasizes luxury and comfort, with golden hour light reflecting off the hotel's glass facade and panoramic city views. From that moment, Marcus realized he didn't have to worry about a thing. The private transfer was a sleek, air-conditioned SUV. Their hotel in Sandton wasn't just a place to sleep, it was a 5-star sanctuary with panoramic views of the richest square mile in Africa. The experience. The next 10 days were a blur of magic, curated perfectly by the Real South Africa. Johannesburg and Soweto. They didn't just drive past Vilakazi Street, they walked it. Their guide, a local with deep knowledge, introduced them to the history of Nelson Mandela and Desmond Tutu. They ate authentic cuisine at a local restaurant, laughing with locals, feeling the vibrant energy of the township, completely safe and entirely embraced. The luxury safari lodge set up from the media pool, followed by dramatic wildlife footage. A majestic lioness walks close to their vehicle. The lighting transitions from golden savanna light to the warm, intimate lighting of the luxury lodge at night. The safari. Then came the bush. The company had arranged a private game drive at a luxury lodge. Seeing a lioness walk past their vehicle, close enough to hear her breath, brought tears to Nia's eyes. It was raw and majestic, yet they returned to a lodge with high thread count sheets and gourmet dining. Spectacular shots of Table Mountain from the media pool, with Marcus and Nia standing at the summit. The lighting captures the dramatic collision of oceans with golden hour and blue hour tones. Wine country scenes with world-class vineyards complete the sequence. Cape Town. The transition to the Cape was flawless. Standing atop Table Mountain, looking out over the collision of the oceans, Marcus turned to Nia. I never imagined it would be this beautiful. They visited the winelands, tasted world-class pinotage, and learned about the complex history of the region. The transformation. On their final night, enjoying a sunset dinner overlooking the Atlantic, the couple reflected on the journey. I was so scared of the unknown, Nia admitted, but the real South Africa made the unknown feel like home. They realized that the value wasn't just in the hotels or the flights. It was in the peace of mind. They had experienced the soul of the country without the stress of planning it. They came as tourists, but they were leaving as family. As they boarded the plane back to the States, Marcus pulled out his phone. What are you doing? Nia asked. Writing a review, Marcus smiled. And looking at dates for next year. We have to bring the whole family. Ready to experience the magic for yourself? Don't let the logistics keep you from the journey of a lifetime. Book with the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism today, where luxury meets authenticity. Welcome.
Hey everybody, this is Mark Blanton, and this is
Dr. Latasha Blanton from the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism.
and we have amazing packages to Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Durban. So we would like to see you guys here. All you have to do is just go to our website, therealsouthafrica.com, and we'll make sure that your trip here is amazing.
See you here in sunny South Africa. to the Real South Africa Immersion Experience. This trip or experience is for those that are highly interested in experiencing everyday life and everyday lifestyles available here in South Africa. Others have chosen this program and have decided that it was one of the best decisions they've ever made. Why did they say that? Because they had time to actually enjoy South Africa, enjoy the weather, enjoy the people, enjoy the food. They had time to explore, meaning that they weren't rushed to do anything. They had time to shop at their leisure, eat at their leisure, learn about banking, learn about investments, all while here on their own time. This program is designed for those that are seriously considering the opportunities here in South Africa and understanding that spending time in a country is exactly the way you get to learn it. So to find out more about these immersion experiences, please visit our website, therealsouthafrica.com, and we look forward to having you here in the immersion program in sunny South Africa.
All right, guys, this is Mark Edward Blanton from the Real South Africa. And guess what? Our visa services is back. We're going to be helping you guys with visas because we all know that it can be problematic to get a visa here in the Republic of South Africa. So what we have done, we partnered with a big company that will assist us, and we've checked them out. We recommend that their services are very, very proper. Of course, we go with proper here in the Republic of South Africa, and they can assist you. So if you have questions about, do I qualify for a visa? Then that's when we have our consult. You get a consult with these guys. They will literally go through everything with you. And my expectations is for you to ask all the questions that you need to ask so you will know exactly which way to proceed. So they work in every arena of immigrations. So it would definitely help us who are looking to migrate to the Republic of South Africa. And all I can say is first, come on a trip, of course. And once you come on a trip, then you will be motivated to do all the work that needs to happen for you guys to come to South Africa properly. So all I can say is this is a great team. This is a great situation. All I can say is, again, reach out to us at outreach at therealsouthafrica.com. We will respond to you, and then you'll get an email, and then the process has began. Okay, so we will see you guys here properly in sunny South Africa.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.